You are cringe until you make it. This is surely a thing you will experience when being someone on self-improvement, someone wanting the best from life. Let's start with a story. An old friend of mine, we used to hang out every day in like 2020 or 2021. He asked me to hang out lately. And I, to be honest, didn't have time because I'm really busy these days. I'm studying a lot for my exams. I'm exercising, recording YouTube videos. I'm reading lots of books and doing all of those self-improvement things. I have really strict rules for myself. One of them being that I want to stop eating eat my last meal before 6 p.m. It makes me do my workout around 4:30. So do my workout and then I will still have time to eat something after that. And I want to do it before 6 p.m. and it makes my schedule very strict because I want to be home that early so I can do my workout and then eat after it. A part of it, I want to eat clean. And problem is when hanging out, I'm almost forced to eat something not that healthy as I would at home. And I want to get my calories in. So, I have to eat something, but it cannot be that healthy because I'm eating out and not at home. And we had a little argument. I mean, it was an argument, but just some rough words came from our mouths. And it was that I said, sorry, I said something like, sorry, I do not have time to hang out with you this week because I'm grinding for my future. I just said I'm on the full grind. I just said it so, it sounds funny or anything. And he said that it's cringe. Like that thing I said, it's cringe because he said that my grind, quote unquote grind, isn't that beneficial for me. And it's fake. I mean, he said that he knows lots of people who, didn't study at all for their like high school exams and then, they got onto good university and, are happy. But, apart from that, those people aren't people or self-improvement or anything like that, I just felt sad because, I'm just grinding like hell. I've never been that consistent in my life. I'm recording those YouTube videos. I'm doing all of this self-improvement stuff I'm talking about. And someone says I'm cringe. Second example is my entrepreneurial dreams. I dream of being entrepreneur. I mean, I do not want to work under someone like a 9-to-5 employee. I would love to have my own business, to do a thing I love and to, set my own rules rather than playing someone else's game. And people tend to criticize those dreams because they believe that, it's really hard and no one basically makes it to ascend their company or basically start to make some profit from their business. People say you're not likely to make it and that your dreams are cringe. They say you have to be realistic. But this is a thing that I want to talk about it in this video. In both cases, like my friend criticizing my grind or, people criticizing my entrepreneurial dreams, it follows the rule that they will say you're cringe until you make it. Imagine that I passed my exams with really good results, that I got into like some very good school, or that, my YouTube took off and I made some money from it, some decent money. Would those people criticize me for my lifestyle and for my dreams? No, because I had made it, right? The same friend who said that my grind is cringe, that my hobbies, so, like exercising and meditating and doing all of those weird things, he wouldn't say I'm weird just because I'm doing those things, because he would see a physical example that by doing those habits, those things, I became a successful entrepreneur. I had made some money on the internet. The same goes basically for people who, say that being entrepreneur is cringe because it's not realistic. They say it to you, but if you actually had some success in your business career, they wouldn't say a word because you would make it. You would have the results you've been talking about. So thing you have to do, it's a sad fact, but you have to accept it. as someone on self-improvement, you have to acknowledge that the truth is most people stay in one place in life. Since high school, they graduate, they stop learning. I mean, even from university, they graduate and they stop learning. They aren't reading books. They aren't trying to, find some new ideas in books, on like podcasts, on some YouTube videos, and question their already existing like beliefs. And you, by becoming a self-improvement person, a person who wants to improve in life, who wants to, become the best version of themselves, you are basically a victim to those people, because they unconsciously feel that they are stuck in one place, and they see you improving. They see you change your mind. They see you change your ideas, change your habits, and they see that you are improving, you are changing, and they're not. In everyone's self-improvement journey, there is a sub-chapter, which is loneliness chapter. You do not have friends who support your journey, like friends on self-improvement, because all of your old friends are still, jacking off and playing video games there. And you're here, you're trying to improve, you're watching this video, you're maybe reading some books or doing some cool habits that make you a better person. And in those moments, when you doubt your own journey because you feel like it doesn't make sense, people like you less in comparison to you doing all of those degenerate habits, you have to rely on your internal motivation. You have to remind yourself of your goals. You have to remind yourself of your dream outcome, of those things you're doing, all of those things you're doing. Because you're doing it for a reason. You're not doing it just for fun. Or maybe you do. I do it for fun because, I do not think that self-improvement is something you have to, push through it because it's not cool. It's very cool. I love to exercise. I love to work hard. I love to wake up early. This is my lifestyle. And basically this is who I became. But still, you are doing everything because you have some dreams. You want to live in some fancy place. I mean, for example, in Sweden or anything, in Japan, or you want to, be able to, provide for your family, for your children, to have the best like teachers or basically possibilities in life. This is your dream, and you have to rely on those dreams in order to push through the loneliness chapter. And the place, which is unfortunately the biggest place, and the place that I'm in and you're probably in, is the middle ground. And it is, I promise, the worst. The middle ground is a place where you do not have friends. All your old friends are left there, just as I said, still doing all of those degenerate habits, like they're playing games, they're going for parties or anything. Here in the middle ground, you do not have friends. You're just alone. You have to grind. You have to, improve yourself in order to be a person who gets friends in the future. Because the reality is, all of your friends or all of your future friends are waiting. At the same time, you're in your middle ground. Some other people are also struggling with loneliness in their journey. And the truth is, eventually, you will find some people like this. And most likely you will befriend them, because those are people that really wanted success, that wanted to do a hard work when they didn't felt like it, when they didn't feel like it, and they were grinding, and then they're there. The middle ground is the worst. This is a place when you're alone because you're not eligible for your new friends, but also you're not compatible with your old friends. So just one more time, remember about your dreams, about your internal motivation. This is a thing that should make you push, motivate you to push through these hard moments when you are doubting your, all decisions, because you do not have friends and you feel lonely and life used to be better because you were more social or anything. Just rely on your internal motivation. People from the old side, some of them, some bad ones, will try to bring you back. They will try to say that your journey doesn't make sense, that you shouldn't dream about all of those things, that you should be realistic. They will say that just because they are envy and they want your success. They know that they cannot be that disciplined, that determined to achieve their goals. So at least so they feel better, like an illusion. So they will feel better. They will tell you all of those things in order to bring you back and feel better for a moment. This is a crab analogy. It's a very famous analogy that crabs put in a bucket are together, right? But then when one of them tries to escape, tries to climb up the wall of the bucket and escape, other crabs are trying to catch him and bring him down. This is basically a thing that happens to each one of us when some of crabs, of people that do not want to improve and also do not want to see anyone else improve, will try to bring you down to your old bad habits. You just have to be mindful of those people and never believe them. Remember that your goals, no matter how unrealistic and how crazy they sound, they are achievable. The thing is how much hard work, dedication and risk you will put in. You will never know unless you tried to pursue them. Thank you for watching this video. I really appreciate you watching that far. If you found some value, consider subscribing to this channel. Leave some comments. We will connect. I will reply to each and every one of you. Thank you for watching this video. See you in the next one. See you.